I'm about to pull out the stinger.
What's the unboxing? What'd it be? Well, I don't know. Shut up and see.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you know me, and why would you, I am a big Robert McCammon fan. I'm a Leviathan fan, but I'm also an SST fan, and they all come together here with the win, with the box in the mail. This is Stinger by SST. I can't wait to get into it. I bought it via Leviathan just because of the way shipping costs are right now. I don't know if that's going to persist or whatever, but that's the route I went because I can't miss them. I cannot miss the SST McCammons, Mallermans, or Lansdales. I just can't. Stinger. Now I'm practicing a move I call the Scorpion Sting. It involves stuff you can't see what's going on below the screen, but trust me, it's deadly. And I'm probably going to be selling lessons. There are going to be 8 VHS tapes. Each one's 20 minutes. Each one's $20. And in one of those moves, I teach you the Scorpion Sting. You could buy the whole set for $150 if you buy it at once. Otherwise, it's $20 each. Right now, we're just going to get into this big behemoth, big beautiful book, Stinger, slipcase or tray case. I don't know if I've ever seen an SST tray case, but here we go. Here's how it was shipped in this big beautiful box. Look at this with the SST rice paper. I don't have any other SST McCammons. For a while there, I was a little adrift, a little bit out at sea, and I didn't get Cardinal Black from SST. So I don't have any McCammon SST books. This will be my first. But I have so many SST books, and oh, I love them all. So it comes in this rice paper. Oh, here it is. Look at this thing. This is a beautiful tray case. This is super awesome. Not a ding on it. So I just did the quick eyeball inspection. And there's the Stinger art stamped onto there. Magnetic enclosure. A super awesome slipcase. Just duh. I'm unboxing, but I'm also enjoying for the first time. Oh, by the way, I got a new lamp in the show. It's not like this is becoming Pee Wee's Playhouse, but I named him Lampy. Look at that. And the book inside is wrapped in rice paper with the book extracting ribbon here. We're going to open it up. This is a huge chonker of a book. And I have a book club edition of this book, which is the only trade hardcover that was published way back in the day. It originally was published as a paperback, but I have the book club hardcover edition. Here that is, and it looks just like that. I unboxed this on this channel, but I also had Robert McCammon sign it when I saw him at Alabama Booksmith. Funny is I bought it off eBay and it had a 25-cent price tag on it. So I don't know how this traded hands. I don't know. I think I paid like $10 for it. But anyway, so I have the hardcover book club edition. I also have the paperback teacup tie-in. Now I didn't see the series, the Peacock series that was the adaptation of Stinger. It's called Teacup. Never saw it. I likely never will. But I also have this signed by Robert McCammon. So this is my third copy of Stinger. I did have the paperback back in the day, but I don't know whatever happened to that. But no other book is going to compare to what I'm holding in my hands right now with the brilliant Francois Vaillancourt art. Here's what the book looks like in its naked form. Very nice. Very, very. I mean, SST always punches above their weight. And I'm going to stop saying that because it sounds like you shouldn't expect much from SST. Expect amazing things from SST. I got number 398, and that's out of 500, and it is signed by Robert McCammon and Francois. This will be the edition I read, and that is due to the wonderful hand feel of the book, but also in huge part to the artwork that I'll get in this edition and only in this edition. No, it's interesting. Now, I will say if you're getting this book, be careful. I'm noticing some of these pages at the top are sticking. So be careful when you flip through. Some of these pages, maybe it wasn't cut all the way. I don't know. I've never seen that before on an SST book. But sometimes you'll get that if there's a top edge stain and it dries in a tight way. You have to carefully pull the pages apart. But this doesn't have that. And I notice some of these pages were clumping together right around here. But I'm not going to dissect the whole. Yeah, see, with this section, it's a little stuck together. It's easy to break it apart, to break the hold, but I could tell there's a little patch. I don't think you could pick it up on the camera, but it's a little bit right here where the pages are just not separating. But overall, that's not anything I'm gonna send it back for or complain about. Just going to be careful and be mindful when I do open it. So thrilled am I to have this book. Way back in the day, when I had the paperback, I was like a 15-year-old boy at the time. I didn't know shit from nothing, and I started reading the paperback, and I DNF'd it. I lost interest in it. Sometimes you're in a bad mood. Sometimes you're just not in the mood for the type of book you're reading. And I adored Robert McCammon at the time. I was a huge fan. And for some reason, I just didn't connect with it. And sometimes if you spend a lot of time reading a book that you're not connecting with, it's better to just put it off to the side and jump into something else that you're clicking with, because otherwise you just get in a slump. You could avoid a reading slump by jumping to a different book just to shake it off. And I never went back to Stinger, and I lost it. I lost that paperback copy. So this is my opportunity to read it anew, because it's been 40 years. I don't know, not 35 years. It's been a while. It's been a minute, and I'll read it with a renewed adult appreciation for the mastery that is Robert McCammon. And this will be the one I read, so I can get that artwork going at the same time. But tremendous job from Paul Fry at SST. Just a splendid edition. I'm thrilled to have it. Subterranean Press also did a limited edition of Stinger that I didn't get. Like I said, I was asleep at the wheel, not just for SST's McCammons, but also I fell asleep during the subpress run of McCammon titles, because I was aware of Subterranean Press. I'm almost positive I saw them release Travel by Night, Train to Perdition, Stinger, Boy's Life, all those titles along the way, and I just never picked them up. I don't know why. I jumped on at Swan Song, but I missed all the other ones. And Swan Song, I think, was the last McCammon title that Subpress did. But anyway, I'm making up for it. I got the SST, and from what I've seen, I greatly prefer this edition to the Subpress anyway. So I'm glad I got to share it with you. And I'll do the photos. It's like in 5 seconds you get to see those photos. I might add it's completely sold out at the publisher. I think you might actually be able to get copies from Subterranean Press. They're selling them for SST. I would recommend buying from a US retailer or distributor to avoid some of the insane charges from the UK in some cases. This is a heavy book, so it'll probably be pretty dear. to pay those that shipping cost. But also with the way everything seems to be so in flux, I get nervous when I hold a pre-order from across the pond because things change. Sometimes things don't come through or they're greatly delayed. There are strikes, there are issues that I don't feel comfortable, at least for the time being. I think things will even out as we go forward, but right now it just seems to be a little bit more of a gamble. But I cannot miss an SST title, and I won't do it. I won't miss it. Go check out places like Leviathan, Subterranean Press, and get those titles. So thank you for joining me this time. Hope to see you again next time. In the meantime, stay frosty.